G'day, boys. How are we, lads? How are we? How are we? What is good, mate? I always look forward to you being here, Miguel. I always look forward to you being here, brother. How are we, boys? Let's get the chill going. I'm in a chilled mood. Let's get chilling already. Oof, that's nice. That is nice right there. What's up, Cage? Good to see you, dude. A little bit too loud on the chill music. A little bit too loud. Tune it back just a little bit. Give us 10% less. Elliot Tapuria, daddy looking. I do look a little bit like Elliot Tapuria's dad, don't I? I could have fathered Elliot Tapuria. How are you, Cagethan? Who got first? Not the Ambro got first. Nice to see, mate. Second comment dedicated to Kenny. R.I.P. Kenny. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We're going to miss him. Terribly. What's up, Moody Wizard? Good to see you, mate. Free Kenny. I never banned Kenny. I've looked through the Discord. Kenny's not banned. Kenny has left Discord and YouTube of his own volition. I sincerely hope that nothing bad has happened to him. Miguel, broke as a joke, broke as a dork. Always look forward to your life. I look forward to you being here. Yeah, the PFL are in serious trouble. We're going to go through that article today. But we'll catch up for a little bit, and then we'll touch on today's video as well. What's up, Paul Daniel? How are you, mate? What's up, Daniel Paulathan? How are you, mate? I'm here for the start. I'm here for a start for a chat. You are here for a start for a chat. Enjoy the full hour, brother. Enjoy the full hour. I moved to California, so now I'm closer to Australia. Barely. But yeah, you are closer to Australia. I mean, technically on the map, you are closer to Australia. Although not by much, Miguel. Not by much at all. Ilya Tapuria, daddy, look, we did that one. Gaston Bolaños is Ilya Tapuria. I noticed that as well this week. Miguel, while I was doing my tape study this week, I was like, oh yeah, Gaston Bolaños does have an Ilya Tapuria-esque style to him, look to him, build to him, tattoos to him. They are very similar. Can you also please do your next video as evil Doug character? Start off by saying, "G'day, losers. When are you boys gonna get yourselves a goddamn job? Nothing but a bunch of nerds and virgins around here. Look at ya, sitting on the toilet, watching an MMA video of some bloke talking about one of his favourite fights. Which one would he fucking change? Look down at yourself, can't even see your little dick over your gut, can ya? Go on, take your shit, mate, and get off the fucking toilet and get back to work." Yeah, I'll do a whole video as Evil Dougie, why not? That video today was great. Oh, I'm happy that you enjoyed it, man. I'm happy you enjoyed it. So we'll do the PFL news first, and then we'll go over to Canva, and you guys can play around with it as well and tell me some of your favorite fights that you want to change. PFL sucks. PFL is awesome. Gaston was a legit striker. True. Jeremy Stevens is back in the UFC. Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens is back in the UFC. Jeremy's KO of Josh Emmett was absolutely crazy. It was, dude. It absolutely was. PFL sucks. So let's get into it. Why have I brought up this news article? Why am I talking about the PFL sucking? Why are we talking about the PFL sucking? So, gentlemen, news has come out. Let me move this across. News has come out. So I think this is poignant. And it's got a lot to do with something that I was bringing up early in the year when PFL said that they were changing their payment structure from $1 million in total prizes down to $500,000 in total prizes. And not only that, but they were aborting their entire season roster that they had and instead doing a super fight roster next to a tournament roster. And then on top of that as well, they said that they were going to be doing 8 Bellator shows a year. They ended up doing 5 Bellator shows, and then they ended up pulling out of Bellator completely. Well, now further news has come out. Oh, that wasn't the other thing that I said. The other thing that I said was the PFL's main investor is the Saudi Arabians. The Saudi Arabian government was the main investor of the PFL. They obviously had other investors. But since that investment was made by the Saudis, since then Dana White has cozied up to the Saudis, and now Dana White and the Saudis are in business together as well. So on top of all those other things that we talked about at the start of the year, the PFL have also lost their biggest investor, which is the Saudis. Now not only have they lost their biggest investor, they are now losing their primary investors as well. Their sub-primary investors as well. Their other investors as well. So they are suing them because they haven't been paying their bills. This is the exact same thing that has happened to the that is happening with the lead up to the end of the GFL. People say they're going to invest in the company and they're just not paying the bills anymore. So we're going to go through this article. We're going to read it. We're going to break it down a little bit. I haven't had a chance to read the entire article, so we'll do that together. Right, let me read your chats. Sorry, Miguel. Sorry. I was just getting all of that sort of done, so we're all on the same page. Right, okay. So yes, Jeremy Stephens is back in the UFC. Jeremy's KO of Josh Emmett was crazy. Yes, apparently he caved his skull in, like legitimately caved his skull in. Dakota would kill Valentina. So they also, there are rumors that over Christmas, the UFC were trying to swap, were trying to do a trade with PFL. They were trying to give the PFL Merab and trying to get Dakota over. Besides, nobody in the PFL is doing anything. Nope, no one's watching it. Ngannou can't beat Aspinall, and Ngannou can't beat Aspinall anymore, I don't believe. I used to think that was a 50-50 fight, but I don't think it is anymore. Errol Hawani has no friends left. He's got some. He still has some friends left. Can you do an impression of Ty voting only for the sausage sizzle? Here we go. It's election day. All these candidates suck. I'm going to Bunnings to get a sausage instead. I moved to San Francisco. I'm now 2,500 miles closer to your country. But I mean, when we fly to America, we have to fly in from Melbourne across the ocean to then get on LA. It takes 14 to 16 hours, Miguel. It's still very far. Still very, very far. Of course, Miguel would move to the capital of the USA. Not surprised. All right. Yeah, Miguel, why did you leave Florida? We loved Florida. Why did you leave Florida? This is what Ali was on about when he said, hold on to your contract. Essentially, yes, this is exactly what he was on about. Merab for a female as well, isn't it, dude? That shows you just how much the UFC do not want Merab to be their champion. Can you do an impression of Zesty Dougie harassing Dudakova? G'day there, sweetheart. Oh, no, you're not my type. No, you're not my type at all. But I want you to just go over there and talk to my friend Go talk to my friend Straight Dougie. Go and have a chat to him. Go, he thinks you're pretty. Go talk to Straight Dougie. Talk to Straight Dougie. Don't make me break out Evil Dougie. Come on, we're still mates. What the fuck are we looking at? Trading Merab. What do you know about this? This was either on a Luke Thomas or Ariel Helwani or James Lynch. I don't remember which one. Might have been James Lynch. Might have been James Lynch that I was listening to. Might have been James Lynch that was talking about this. Over the Christmas break, the UFC were making a big push to try and get Dudakova. To try and get her. They were even apparently floating the idea of trading Dudakova for Merab. Plus money. Like plus paying out her contract as well. They really, really want Dudakova in the UFC. Tobin technically is not San Francisco. I'm not in the city. I don't like the hot weather. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Are you ready for some yummy Alexa Grasso feet next week? No, Yog, I'm not ready for it at all. So, how does a company like the PFL get a $1 billion valuation? What's up, Fight Night with Frankie? How are you, brother? Good to see you, dude. Yeah, we're just cracking open this story now. I haven't had a chance to read through it. But boys, if you are too late up at night for my live streams, Frankie takes the day session. Frankie does his streams at the opposite time zone. So if you miss out on my live streams, Frankie is very similar to the live streams that I do, except they're a lot more wild and a lot more reckless. And this being the MMA community, you'll probably enjoy them more. So go subscribe to Fight Nights with Frankie. Fight Night Frankie. Go subscribe to him. Want to give Frankie a spanky? There we go. That's the way. Frankie's the day walker. That's it. What's up, B Fatty? How are you? I'm about to fucking explode. That is disgusting. Fucking disgusting, you know? You should retain it, brother. Retain it. So, how does a company that gets $1 billion valuation legally claiming the sponsors up there aren't paying? Here we go. PFL Don Davis is going after this on his LinkedIn account. The PFL money is drying up. They now have several lawsuits filed with the Southern District of New York for non-payment actions from numerous sponsors who have signed their multi-year deals with the PFL and they are not paying. The PFL has filed a flurry of lawsuits against the sponsors that they have publicly touted to have over the last few years. Let's get into the quick and dirty of it. Okay. Where are we at? Depending on which value. PFL has five or more fundraising rounds that have supposedly generated approximately $400 million in cash. According to the civil lawsuits filed by the PFL in the last 12 months, a disturbing picture emerges of the company allegedly struggling to collect cash from highly touted sponsors they have recruited over the last 5 years. We are now going to break them down. So, PFL versus Rich Energy. Let's just cut straight to the bottom. The PFL has claimed that the deal is worth $2.65 million, yet they have only received the upfront payment which is 162,000. I would say that all they have received from being in business myself, all they have received is the deposit. They have not received any of the ongoing payments. It looks like they have just received the deposit, so they are now suing them for the rest of the payments. Let me read some chats and I'll catch right back up. No notification. It seems like no notifications were going out. If you're listening back to this and you wonder why you don't get notifications for my live stream, you can always follow me on Twitter and you can also follow me in the Discord. I update the Twitter every single time that I go live, and obviously the boys in the Discords get notifications as well. If you want to know what my Twitter link is, it's right there. Dougie Corner YT on Twitter. Let's press on. Can you do an impression of Bilal trying to talk to a girl, but the girl runs away because she thinks he is a Lovecraftian monster? So what? So what are you worried about my eyes? So what? Trust me. When I go down on you, I literally suck. I literally suck. Oh my God, it's a fucking Leviathan. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Californian politics. I just moved for the weather. Fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Cage, it's been a while. Cage is always around, floating. Well, I should say rolling around. Cage is always rolling around. Frankie seems like a dork. Nah, Frankie's a fucking good cunt, mate. We fucking like Frankie around here. Frankie's a good cunt. Plus, I like the hills. Watch out for the mountain lions, Miguel. $1 billion is hilariously inaccurate, isn't it, mate? Isn't it? Like, not even close. Not even close, I would imagine, to being $1 billion there. 1 second. There we go. All right, cool. Florida is probably the best state to live in, but I don't like any hot weather. I like it cool all year round. Fair enough. If I was living in America, Miguel, I would probably be living in Texas, I would say. I would probably be living in Texas. If another MMA promotion would just put on interesting fights, people would... I know, dude. Like, we have talked about this, Miguel, so much. We, the MMA community, are looking for something to entertain us. I am trying to push our community that we have together here. I am trying to push it towards the BKFC. The UFC has taken over, but the UFC has taken over, Miguel, not even by them being a monopoly. It's just through the other fight organizations that have been allowed to run a business, failing to run a business. Like, I can understand why Luke Thomas wants to make it sound like it's a monopoly, but it's not even a monopoly. Like, One Championship, GFL, PFL, they're all going under because of their own failings to run a proper fight organization. What's up, Eric? It's good to see you, man. How are you, dude? You know where the shirt is. It's in the bucket over there. I hope you're well, Eric. Have I told you that you're gay today? Have I told you how gay you are today, Eric? Frankie, I've been watching you for a long time. Chattery, please save MMA. It's all up to you. So One Championship hasn't turned a profit ever. But they are successfully laundering money. So that is a good thing. Here we go. Fight Night Frankie says, Ben 5999. Apparently one aren't in the shape they claim either, which is a shame since they put on great show. Yeah. Frankie, you're absolutely right, man. 10 million? Sure they have. Yeah, sure they've made $10 million in profit. No, Frankie, you're right. So in an article that I was reading early last year, One Championship were expected to turn their first profit ever in the first quarter of this year. Now, obviously, we haven't received any financial papers for this year, but considering how many fighters have left One Championship, I don't think that's a good sign. Last year, One Championship put on 93 MMA fights in total. Between 90 and 100, something like that. I think it's 93 off the top of my head. It seems to me like One Championship are going to be moving their product over from MMA to essentially just Muay Thai. It's just going to be one Muay Thai. It's going to be the premier Muay Thai organization of the world. It seems like. That's my gut feeling. Benny says, Fight Night with Frankie. I don't give a fuck about One, to be honest. I just really like Chutrelli, and I hope One is successful because he is such a sexy beast. Yes, Ben has got a very weird obsession with Chatri. Very weird obsession. Well, compared to Dana, for sure, Chatri does aura mog him. He does aura mog him, especially Dana these days, who is literally just take a sip from a power slap cup. I don't know. You'll have to ask me about that on Tuesday. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Dana. Is JDM versus Bilal 100% confirmed? I don't know. You'll have to ask me about... I don't know. That's the last thing on my mind. Last thing on my mind. I want to talk about Power Slap. Yeah, Dana's completely fucking checked out. Yeah, I'd watch different MMA promotion if it was good. You should be watching BKFC. BKFC is really good. You should be watching 1FC. 1FC is still really good, even if they are going to be moving away from MMA. You should be watching Cage Warriors. Cage Warriors is really good. Eternal in Melbourne is really good. You know, Miguel, 2 weeks ago, we didn't have any UFC on at all. We didn't have any UFC on at all. But we had BKFC, we had boxing, we had Cage Warriors, and we had Eternal, and we had Octagon as well. And you know what? The weekend was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome. What's up, Skynet? Good to see you, mate. So, it's funny because Luke Thomas and all that, they call the UFC a monopoly. They call the UFC a monopoly. When it isn't, other fighting organizations are allowed to happen. But because the UFC has gotten so popular, it's drawn in so many eyes into combat sports that these other miniature organizations have been able to create their own culture and create their own leagues, which are turning out to be better than the UFC. So Frankie's right. Octagon's great. Cage Warriors is great. BKFC is great. One Championship is great. Eternal is great. Boxing is killing it this year. There's so many combat sports to watch. It really doesn't matter that we're having maybe the worst year in UFC we've had, certainly since I've been a fan, since 2016. There's definitely room for both the UFC and BKFC on this channel. That's what we're going to be working towards, brother. That's what we're going to be working towards. Yeah, the UFC is winning because their competitors suck. Yeah, that's all it is, Miguel. That's all it is. Plus, Dana is a workhorse. I mean, Dana has set... What's up, Dig? Good to see you, man. What's up, Skynet? Good to see you. Dana has set up the UFC to just be a copy and paste machine. That's all it is. So Dana was a workhorse. That's what got it off the ground. But since then, the UFC has just become a production company where you just insert fighters off Contender Series and the UFC can pretty much self-manage their career all the way to the end. Musameshi going to fight on UFC Fight Pass instead says it all. Yeah, Frankie, so for guys that don't follow One Championships too closely, Mikey Musameshi was essentially the star of One Championship. You really had Demetrius Johnson, who was there on a promotional capacity only. You had Mikey Musameshi and you have Rod Tang. They're really like the three core pillars of the UFC, of One Championship. And yeah, Musameshi bailing to go and join Fight Pass grappling is wild. As well as Doridla. Like, I know we make fun of Doridla here at the UFC, but Doridla was a double One champion over at One Championship. He held 2 belts over there. He challenged for a 3rd belt in the heavyweight division as well. So yeah, it's not great. Light the stream, boys. Light the stream, boys. Right, where am I at? Dana is actually run by an AI hologram now. That's why he signed with Meta. I believe it, Paul, formerly known as Daniel, now known as Daniel, formerly known as Paul. I believe it, mate. It's insane. It's insane. G'day, legends. Sorry, I'm late. That's alright, Skynet. 20 push-ups. 20 push-ups right now for being late. I think the UFC has the fights that I care about. Seems like UFC title fights mean nothing. It's essentially going to be tomorrow's video, Miguel. It's going to be about Dean Thomas... Again, a voice of the UFC talking about how he believes he would put money on Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane happening next. And yeah, so tomorrow's video is essentially going to be about how the rankings have lost all meaning. Pretty soon the title fights are going to lose all meaning as well. Tony Ferguson is the type of guy to buy the PFL so we can create a CTE fight league. CTE only. You got to go back. Got to go back and work with your original team. Feel better than you've ever felt. CTE only. Dig says, I do like the other promotions, especially One, but when the UFC is on point, it is by far the best. It's like the Champions League of MMA. I agree, Dig. When the UFC is banging, when the UFC is doing everything perfectly, not even perfectly, just well, when it's running well, things are great, and it feels amazing. But you know what, Dig? In 2024, if we didn't have Alex Pereira saving the UFC, it would have been up shit creek without a paddle. And it turns out that's essentially what's happening in 2025. Like, you don't have Alex Pereira being able to step up and save these short notice events. And it just feels like we're floundering. Like, why did we do DDP versus Strickland 2? Why did we do that? You know, Islam versus Moicano. Yeah, it sucks that Arman Sarukian pulled out, but that means that card was just too top heavy. That card there should have been some very good fights on the rest of that card. Maybe 2 title fights on that card to actually boost it up a little bit. So if the main event didn't fall out, the whole card wouldn't have fallen to shit. Marab versus Sean O'Malley 2. What are we doing? What are we doing? John Jones breaking the record without fighting anybody? What are we doing? Valentina Shevchenko, well done. Well done. You won the belt back at 36 years old, sweetheart. You did it by holding someone down the entire time. You have now learned how to wet blanket wrestle. Well done. We're kind of fucked. We're kind of fucked. We're kind of fucked. We're kind of fucked. Can you do an impression of Ty refusing the all that? What do you mean I can't go into the pub without that? No, I'm not taking that. They're all shit, mate. I'll just sit in the alleyway and drink with the brothers. So what network is the UFC going to sign with? I think for them to get the kind of money that they want, they're going to have to break it up and sign across multiple networks. I think we'll probably see like Contender Series on ESPN, Fight Nights on Amazon, pay-per-views or maybe 2 or 3 pay-per-views a year on Netflix, like maybe UFC Miami, UFC International Fight Week, and UFC Madison Square Garden on Netflix, and then the rest of them on ESPN. I think you'll see something like that where they'll break it apart and pull it apart. Bro, how do we arrange funding so that we can always create a fight league which is actually good, the Dougie's Fighter League? Funnily enough, I was on the phone with PayPal today, Skynet, but you can just like the stream and help the channel grow. So just liking the stream will do the job for you, mate. Yeah, like the stream. But yeah, I was on the phone with PayPal today. Everyone forgets the most exciting fighter to come from one back to the UFC was Miesha Tate. MMA, women's MMA is where it's at. That's right. Miesha Tate left one as well to grace us with her glory. How old is Miesha Tate now? Like Miesha, she was old. She was old when I started watching in 2016. Oh, I agree 100% being a wank. Feel like they're all waiting for the new deal to sell big company fights, which is killing the company. It is, dude. It is. Because, again, we don't really have those, like, exciting moments in between. You know what I mean? Like, while we were fucking around, at least Alex Pereira was keeping the company alive and keeping it exciting. But now, we are just floundering here, waiting to get the new TV deal signed. And I believe in my soul and in my heart that once the new TV deal is signed, that will be Dana's last moment in the UFC. That is when Dana will say, right, Hunter Campbell's in charge of the UFC. Sean Shelby's in charge of matchmaking. The production is all set in motion. The UFC has become a business, right? Rather than Dana White's job, it's become Dana White's business. And the difference between a job and a business is that you can go on holiday and the business will keep working while you're not there. The company has become its own thing. It's grown into its own thing. It's its own entity. It's a true business. And Dana White has done that. Once the deal is signed, goodbye, Dana. Goodbye, Dana. Magomed winning probably reduced the UFC value by 20 to 30%, hundreds of millions of dollars. I think, yeah, if you were to assign a monetary value to each one of them winning, yeah, I would say Magomed winning the title did diminish the UFC by about 20 or 30%. I don't think that's ridiculous. And not because it's Magomed, but because of what Magomed Ankalaev stepped in for. That's what I meant. It's not because it's Magomed Ankalaev. It's about what Magomed Ankalaev stepped in for. So you had Alex Pereira, the guy that would save up and save cards. You don't have that anymore. So you've got the idea that, like, Magomed Ankalaev just on his own isn't like a Sean O'Malley, Corey Sandhagen, JDM, fun Western boxer. On his own, he's not that. He's a little bit less than that. He doesn't speak English. He's not exactly a knockout machine. But then on top of that as well, you took away the sport's biggest star. So, yeah, Magomed Ankalaev winning the belt is bad for the UFC. 2016 was a good year for the UFC. It was when I'm a 2016 boomer. I'm a 2016 baby boy. WMMA feet tier list when? Alexa Grasso Fight Week, Yog. We talked about it yesterday. Is Dougie an actual Aussie name? Seems like that's normal down under. Yeah, it is, because Aussie names are like Anglo-Western names, and even though my dad is like a 7th generation Aussie, he comes from the Douglas clan in Scotland. Like, I think my family came on like the 2nd fleet to Australia, but yeah, he's from the Douglas clan, so I think that's what it is, Anglo-Saxon's name. What's up, Beef Fatty? Oh yeah, you were here before. Can you do an impression of Kevin Holland walking into a computer store? You haven't heard of an Intel 9 processor? Can Kevin Holland's walking out. Hey, I'm gonna buy a new computer. Gotta buy a new computer to get some gaming done, some 2K done. You know, give my son a pat on the head. I need something with some power in it. Need to have a Intel 9 core processor. Sorry, sir, we don't have that. We don't have that. What an Intel 9? You haven't heard of an Intel 9? You work at a computer store. You haven't heard of an Intel 9? Now I'm pissed up. Now I'm in my ego. How about fuck you? How about that? Since PFL is going broke, I pray to the MMA gods that Dougie gets donation and buys the company. If I'd bought the PFL, there'd be major differences, mate. Major differences. Major differences. If they actually make Tom fight gun... Oh, yeah, the chat window. You're not wrong about that, brother. Hang on a second. Whoop, wrong one. That ain't the fucking chat window. That's me. Chat. Over there. But then the chair's in the way, you see? Then the chair's in the way. It's just sort of the way that it's set up. Get my chair out of the way. There we go. I'm going to sit over here like this. There we go. That's it, Skynet. There you go, mate. That's the way to do the stream, brother. What was I doing? Where was I? Where the hell am I? There we are. If they actually make Tom fight Gunn for the interim belt again, I might stop watching. It's not a sport at this point. That is going to be tomorrow's video. That is going to be tomorrow. Just ranting about that. And Dean Thomas. When is the prayer video coming? Comes on the Monday, or it comes on the Tuesday of a pay-per-view week. Comes on the Tuesday of a pay-per-view week. The compound will have its own Lethway, Muay Thai, and MMA fights every weekend. What is the term for Asian Mandangos? I have no idea about Asian Mandangos, but yes, if you've ever been to Thailand, you will know that they drive around the streets every single day. Big fight tonight, super fight, big fight. That's essentially all going to be held at the compound. The compound is taking over. Alex Pereira, in my opinion, is overrated. He's damn good, probably the best striker in MMA, but MMA is not kickboxing. I agree, dude. I think now he is fairly rated, but last year I was on a mission to bring Alex Pereira's overratedness down a peg. But I completely agree with you, mate. I believed that Alex Pereira was overrated. Now I think he is fairly rated. It seems we're in an era of exploiting the Ponzi schemes. Crypto is the new major one. These failed promotions seems like they are ripping off their investors, etc. Yeah, I would say that, except you're right about the top part. Like, we are in an era now of exploiting Ponzi schemes. Does everyone remember NFTs? Does everyone remember NFT? Hey, remember when the American government gave everyone $800 during the pandemic and you all fucking spent it on monkey gifts? Remember that? Remember that, like, every single time the government wants to give people free money, they fuck it up and people just waste it because the general population are fucking idiots, and the government gave everyone $800 in rent relief and you spent all of your fucking money on monkey gifts? Remember that? So yeah, we're absolutely in a generation where all the bubbles are like crypto and Ponzi schemes. That's absolutely right. However, the second part of what you've said there, these failed promotions seem like they're ripping off the investors. I think it's the investors realizing that this UFC thing is a lot harder than they're being sold to. So people like Don Davis, who is a business owner, come in and sell them this great idea. The investors go, yeah, all right, we'll pay you the deposit. Then they start doing their due diligence. And then they notice that people like Don Davis and the GFL actually have no fucking idea what they're doing, and they try and pull their money out as quickly as possible. And it turns out that it's the GFL and the PFL that are the ones losing the money, not really the investors, because by this article that we're going through, it looks like the investors are just paying their deposit. They're not continuing to pay. So it's the actual promotions that are losing the money. What's up, Blanca? How are you, dude? Good to see you, man. Much love from Chile. Much love to Chile, Blanca. ¿Cómo estás? I hope you're well, brother. Can you do an impression? Can you do an impression of DDP trying to explain where he was during the 1970 Rhodesian Bush War? But, mate, 1970, they're completely different thing. I was the real African. It wasn't that I was hiding away. I was in a bunker. I wasn't hiding. I was in a bunker. They're completely different things. Completely different things. Nothing better than me and all my... No, B Fatty. If you are a Rego enjoyer... A little X at the top. Alt F4. If you are a Rego enjoyer, don't be here. Can you do an impression of DDP moving to Australia like 90% of white South Africans and then claiming to be the... Can you do an impression of DDP moving to Australia like 90% of the white South Africans and then claiming to be the true Aussie champ? Okay. Alexander Volkanovski and Robert Whittaker, they all go to City Kickboxing. But not me. Not me. I stay here in Australia to win the belt in Australia. I'm the true Aussie Australia. I'm the true Aussie one. I'm the true Aussie champ. Oh, is it going under? What's up, Roberto? Good to see you, man. We're just answering some Q&A. We're just doing some Q&A in the chat. But yes, I'll bring it up for you, mate, so you're all caught up. Where are we? Twitter, here. There you go, brother. You can have a look at this article on the side of the screen while we answer some chats, dude. But yeah, essentially, long story short, the PFL have got 5 lawsuits going from 5 different investors that aren't paying their investments. So I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. They don't have money coming into the bank. Surely the bank account isn't going to be open much longer. But it's not like officially they're going under. The news that we have is that 5 of their major investors aren't fucking paying their bills. What do you call a guy with a spade in his hand? Doug? What do you call a guy without a spade on his hand? Douglas. Very good, Paul. Very good. Very good. Yeah, dude, if you want to check out the whole article, that's the article there at the top of the page, so you can Google that for yourself while we just hang around in the chat, and then I'll go back to breaking the article down. Tonight, Muay Thai, super fight, tonight. Can you do an impression of JDM creating NFTs? What I'm going to do is fucking draw a little picture of a monkey and then charge people 20 grand and get the cash and dash, you fucking idiots. Can you do an impression of Ben5999 asking Dougie to do an impression? Sure. Alright, what am I up to? Hi, everybody in chat. Everybody in chat, say g'day to Chile. We're a multinational show, boys. We got people in Canada. We got people in Australia. We got people in England. We got fucking people in America. We got people in Chile. We got Skynet's from India. We got fucking people all over the joint, boys. Up here, it's part of the Dougie Corner. Part of the cornerman. Did you see Patrice Evara is fighting in the PFL? I didn't, Diggerthan. I did not. You're in Antarctica? You would be, Eric, hiding with the rest of your mates. You would be, mate. My finger hurts, but I'll ignore it. I'm fine. Hey, you just keep pushing through, Blanca. You're a beast, mate. You're a beast. What's up, Nacho? What's wrong, dude? We did that one. You love Rego. My favorite rapper is Diddy. It makes sense, P Fatty. It makes sense. You know what? You're probably going to fit into this community quite well, mate. Thanks for catching me out. You're alright, dude. That's what we do. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie suing the PFL? Fucking ghetto. How long have you been live for? I've been live for a while, mate. No one got notifications. No one got notifications. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie suing the PFL? You want to fucking... I was part of fucking Bellator, mate. You're not going to give me my fights. Oh, here we go, cunts. Time to get fucking sued! Thought Saudi gave PFL an unlimited paycheck. Not the AM, bro. Not since they signed with TKO and TKO Boxing. Fucking goodbye, Saudi check. Ben599, I'm in Antarctica. My impression idea is... I hate, can't like... Ben, your impression ideas are damn good. RIP, Kenny Bloody Ripper. Hiding... Alright, Eric, that's enough. Diddy has some bangers with Biggie, to be honest. Diddy does have some bangers. You know what I mean? Can't believe people think you banned Kenny. I didn't ban Kenny. I did not ban Kenny. I mean, Nacho, you can actually see the ban list. You're a mod. I did not ban Kenny. Kenny is not banned. He's not banned from the Discord. He's not banned from the channel. I don't know what happened, but I didn't ban Kenny. Right, we've caught up with the chat. Let us continue breaking down the article. The article's on the screen, Doug. You don't need to fucking do anything. Break down the article. Okay, so... First one, PFL versus Rich Energy. Rich Energy just paid them 10%. Rich Energy isn't paying them. Now, next one is PFL versus Takeover Industries. In March of 2024, PFL has started suing Next Level for a breach of their contract. The PFL claimed the deal was worth $2.152 million, yet they have only received $200,000. Notice, again, it's about 10%. PFL is now suing for the rest of the money. A copy of the sponsorship agreement can be read here. Key provisions in the agreement, blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck cares? Next one up is PFL versus Bradavgio. Again, let's just jump straight to the bottom here. In April of 2024, PFL sued Bradavgio for a breach of contract. It claims it was owed a 3-year deal valued at $1.27 million. PFL claims that Bradavgio made 2 installments totaling $300,000 and then stopped paying. PFL versus Millions Inc. In April of 2022, PFL signed a sponsorship agreement with Millions Inc. And in November of 2024, PFL has started suing Millions Inc. for breach of contract from their legal pleading. In consideration for the sponsorships, Millions was to pay PFL varying payments of installments at the beginning of each year for an aggregate of $250,000. Millions made its first installment in March of 2022 and thereafter failed to make any subsequent installment payments. Every single one. They are just simply getting the deposit and then people are realizing the PFL isn't going anywhere and pulling out completely. PFL versus Westgate Marketing, for fuck's sake. Let's jump to the bottom and see what it is here. They claimed, where are we at? They claim the sponsorship deal was for 3 years, valued at $1.8 million, with 2 installments owned each year for 2 years. They claim Westgate only paid the installment of $150,000 again, so about 10%. They are just paying the deposit. That is 5 of the PFL's major investors. Major investors going, oh, fuck this. We ain't fucking paying this shit. And fucking pulling, they're yeeting the fuck out of there. They're going fucking nuts. I ain't interested in losing any more money. Thank you, Don Davis. You can get fucked, mate. Alright, let me catch up on some chats. Oh, shit. I know I'm saying you didn't ban him. I know, I'm just like, because obviously the boys are going to be like, it's unlucky, Nacho, because the day before Kenny disappeared from Discord and YouTube, I was saying, might ban Kenny. No Kenny today. Stream seems a little bit good. And then the next day, Kenny's gone. And people would obviously be like, maybe Dougie did ban Kenny. I didn't ban Kenny. I don't know what was happening. Like, he wasn't there for a day. The stream was actually moving along quite nicely. I was making jokes about, I might ban Kenny. There's not fucking Glizzy chat every 5 seconds. We can actually talk about MMA. And then the next day, Kenny's gone. I didn't ban Kenny. It's just timing. This is just the irony of the world sometimes. Does Kenny have downs? I believe he does, yeah, but it's a lighthearted. Like, Kenny's got nice downs, you know? Whereas Blueprint's retarded. And mean. But Kenny's retarded and nice, you know? So just because you're mentally ill doesn't mean you can't be not. Like, I've got dyslexia. I'm a retard, but I'm nice. You know what I mean? I don't rage out because I can't spell. What's up, Cheddarhead? Right on time with the Glizzy dono. Thank you, Cheddarhead. Nacho confirmed Kenny was banned. Kenny was not banned. Blueprint is still going. Blueprint is still going by himself in the chat. Frankie, you weren't here for Sunday's stream, but we banned Blueprint, but we only shadow banned him, so he could still see his chats in the chat, but the rest of us couldn't, so we were just fucking imagining Blueprint smashing away at the keyboard. Much laughter ensued. If he didn't ban Blueprint, he ain't banning Kenny. No, I did not ban Kenny. I did not ban Kenny. You're my favorite mod. Nacho is the best mod in the game. The best mod in the game. What's up, Brady B? Good to see you, dude. Sorry, I was reading news articles, just catching everybody up onto stream. PFL is not going to be around for the next 5 years. No one's paying their bills. Well, no one's paying their bills. Nacho has favorite. All right. Dougie is not favorite. Well, that's because I'm a half-breed, mate. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit copper in this skin. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where the fuck am I at? Nacho was saying something racist. Eric was saying something racist. Nacho, there we are. That's where it is. There it is. So what are you saying is all my PFL collectors' NFTs aren't going to do well? They're not going to do... None of your NFTs are going to do well. No one should have ever fucking bought NFTs. It was retarded. These investors are noticing it's burning money. It's a burning money business. Yes, exactly, Roberto Bellagio. It's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. It's attracting no one. Nobody is watching it. Nobody is watching it. It is embarrassing, but I have videos on this channel, and I am a fucking nobody. Do nothing. I am a fucking nobody. I have videos on this channel that has more views than some of PFL's videos. Me and Frankie have videos that have more views than some of PFL's videos. That should never happen from a professional sporting league. Like, ever. Ever. And I'm talking about some of their embedded series videos. Like their fighter promo videos. Me and Frankie can do better numbers than the PFL on a good day. It's fucking insanity, mate. That should not be allowed. That just flat out should not be allowed. If a dumbass fucking idiot plasterer in Melbourne that knows fuck all about social media can get more views than than videos on your fight organization's YouTube page, you have got fucking problems that need to be addressed immediately. And talking about it on LinkedIn isn't the right answer. So Saudi-owned PFL got... How do they never learn? I know, Eric. I know. If they end up in court, they'll just run them dry as well. PFL KO'd by court fees. Yeah, these companies are just going to keep... They're just going to keep running circles around it. They're going to keep running circles around the PFL. Because I bet there are conditions in the contract where the PFL was meant to hit certain KPI rankings. I am sure that there are conditions in the contract that the PFL was meant to hit certain levels of viewership. KPIs. I'm sure it had KPIs. PFL posting financial loss. Exactly, posting financial loss. That is fucking perfect, mate. That is fucking perfect. Can you do an impression of Kevin Holland's ancestors in Africa? You've never heard of a copper arrowhead, and then a wild DDP tribe attacks him. Going out in the savannah. Need something to hunt with. What are we going to hunt with? Copperhead? Copperhead. What's a copperhead? You've never heard of a copperhead? You've never heard of a copperhead? I'm the real African! What the fuck is that? You can fuck off too. Apologies to Kenny. Apologies to Kenny, mate. Dougie covering Easter. I didn't ban Kenny. I miss Kenny. I miss Kenny too. Arrest this man. Nice down. He's got nice downs, mate. Nice down. And Shadowhead, again, thank you for the glizzy donation. Blueprint is still going to this day. Retarded strength with bad intentions is never a good combo. True, Diggathan. True. PFL, pretty fucking lost. That's fucking great. PFL, pretty fucking cooked, mate. You made it racial. You literally make it racial, Eric, every day. How much did you end up drinking last night? Mate, I had to... Shit is going on. You know? Shit is going on. What's up, Frankie? You bad man thing. Dougie Moggs the PFL. Potentially fucked legally. Potentially fucked legally. The potentially fucked legally is the best one. That is the best one. Do you think it's possible you hurt Kenny's feelings with the jokes that you made? No. No, the thing about fellow spastics like myself and Kenny and Blueprint, we don't have feelings. The brain cells do not connect in that way. We don't have feelings. What's up, Northwest? Good to see you, brother. I hope you're well, dude. Hope you're going well, man. Hope you're going well. I don't know if you caught up on the news, man, but the PFL is suing 5 of their major sponsors for only paying their first deposit. They haven't been paid in years. PFL goes under. Does Francis Ngannou come back if he is not in jail? Number one, Francis Ngannou is a millionaire. Millionaires don't go to jail. Number two, no. Never coming back. Never coming back. If we were just covering it Northwest. I'll show you. I'll show you here, brother. Twitter. There we go. That's what it is, mate. I'll show you here, Northwesty, brother. Bring up the top of the article. Top of the article from MMA Draw newsletter, MMAdraw.com. PFL is in litigation wars with multiple sports sponsors. Rich Energy, UFC, Next Level, Bravago, whatever that is, Millions Co, and many more targeted. What has happened with the PFL? Dropped the 30th of April 2025. Dig into it. Might be a good video for anyone out there that wants to cover it. Not really any point in making PFL videos because guess what? Nobody fucking clicks on them. Nobody fucking clicks on them. The worst video I ever made on this channel was a making fighters into Pokemon cards video. The second worst, a PFL video. No one fucking cares. It's over, boys. The PFL, it's over. Bellator died for fucking nothing. Right, now, if PFL goes under, is Francis Ngannou going to come back if he's not in jail? Number one, Francis Ngannou isn't going to jail. He's rich. Number two, if Dana isn't giving Arman Sarukian a title shot, we desperately need a fight for UFC 317. There is no fucking way he is allowing Francis Ngannou to come back. Don't talk about the PFL hitting things, targets a little bit soon, RIP. Don't talk about the PFL hitting. Oh my god, Roberto. No, dude. Oh no, dude, that is horrible. You've never heard of an iron smelted spear tip? Now I'm in my ego. That's great. You've never heard of an iron smelted spear tip? Oh, now I'm in my ego. Now I'm going to need about 45 to 70 spear tips. PFL, pedos fornicate legally? I don't think it's quite that bad. Oh my god. Didn't know that? There you go. Tell that to Epstein. Tell that to Epstein. Oh, that rich people don't go to... Epstein isn't in jail. Haven't you seen the photos? Epstein's not in jail. Rumor has it that one of the major sponsors was from Cameroon. And alright, guys. Do not fucking joke about what happened with Francis. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's horrible. Do not joke. I know this is MMA YouTube, so we got to be the edgiest guys on the planet. We have to be the fucking edge lords of the edgiest. It's not funny. Do not joke about dead children. Okay? I think maybe if I might be the voice of reason on MMA YouTube for just 1 second. I know this is an unpopular thing to do. I know that we're meant to be edgelords that like watching people get hit in the face in their underwear. Maybe the line could be dead children in horrible motor vehicle accidents. Could that maybe be the line, boys? Is that not a fair request that maybe the line is that? Nacho, you're fucked. You are fucked. You are fucked. Okay, obviously it's not the line. Well, to me personally, morally, I think under 18 in a horrible motor vehicle accident, I think that might be the line for me. Thank you. I think JDM Bilal, what's up, Cayman? Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. I think JDM Bilal is going to have competitive moments, but I'm already set on picking Bilal by decision. There's not really that much to analyze for me. Fair enough, Cayman. I mean, I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to walk this bridge with JDM. I've got to take JDM's hand, and we have to walk off this building together. We have to walk off this building together and hope that the parachute is going to open, Cayman. I have to do this, so I'm riding with JDM. I don't know if you've noticed, but the channel is in full-on meme warfare against Bilal Muhammad and his fan base. That's the line, and then laughs. I know. Well, Nacho got me a good one with that one, but it is absolutely the line. That is the line. Okay, and where are we at? Cayman was where we were at. If you kill someone in the US, at least you go to jail. Vehicular homicide, 3 to 5 years, but you could get more time. Yeah, but even Northwest, like, even if it had happened in America, jail is for poor people. Like, jail and crimes and all that shit is for poor people. Rich people don't go to jail. Bellator died for nothing. Bellator died for nothing. Can you do an impression of Tai Tuivasa becoming a chef? Mate, all these other chefs or master chefs suck. Oh, taste an ingredient. Oh, that's quite good. Oh, I'll taste another ingredient. Oh, that's quite good. What am I meant to be cooking? Giuliano Agente just went live. Good on him. Awesome. Good on you, Giuliano Agente. Frank, that's probably why we have a very similar audience. So there's probably a double up on notifications, I would guess. Francis isn't going to African jail. You can just pay the cops $20. Okay, all right. Epstein is with Tupac and Hitler in Argentina. Hitler died of old age in 1974. But yeah, he's probably chilling with Tupac. If she was over 10. No. I agree, man. He's been through hell too recently. I know, dude. I feel horrible for Francis. Horrible. Put me with Blueprint. I'm sorry. That's all right, mate. That's all right. We're not going to time you out. It's all good. Where am I at? Where am I at? Why does the chat keep moving around so sporadically? Blueprint was just... Francis was just in his ego. Stop it. Pediatric failty. All right. That's the line. No. WJDM, boys. I think Brady is the inevitable champ. Once JDM has had his run, I agree, Cayman. I agree. Out of the sloth of welterweights, I'd be putting Brady right up there as well, next to JDM. Yes. That was the line. That was the absolute line. We have now, MMA YouTubers now found the line. I want to know if we were in a simulation reading about a car accident when you said car accident. Want to know if we were in a simulation. I was reading about a car accident when we were in a... You know, there are books on the simulation that say you can notice it when you notice synchronicities, not the AM, bro. There you go. There was never a line. MMA YouTube surely must have a line somewhere. Jail is for Dumas, and well done to Dumas. Well done to Dumas. Not only has Tom Aspinall become the longest reigning interim champion in UFC history, and John Jones has become the longest reigning UFC heavyweight champion in UFC history, but Cedric Dumas has also become the UFC athlete with the most amount of arrests, reeling in 15 arrests. Well done to Cedric Dumas, or Dumas as I like to call him. Bilal will gain your respect when he decisions JDM in a boring 5-rounder, unfortunately. Not going to happen, LR. JDM is going to fucking knee him in the head. And I'll tell you why he's going to knee him in the head, mate. Because he's fucking built different, cunt. Because he's fucking built different, mate. Didn't you see the meme today? Sometimes art crosses the boundaries. Just ask Pat Barry. Pat Barry is just being super organized, as you say yourself, Paul. Daniel, super organized. Cedric Dumas committed a crime. Well. They just want you to think that he died of old age. He's actually a head in a jar, like Futurama. He's a head in a jar, just like Futurama. JDM wins. JDM wins. Crazy the lengths to... Okay, for fuck's sake, Nacho. Pull the fuck up, mate. PFL, please, friends. I'm going to start reading ahead. Brady B, thank you for the $3. I appreciate it, mate. I've got to start reading ahead. Thank you very much for the $3, mate. I appreciate it. Midako! I'm still Team Bilal, but I want to see how hungry Jack Della Maddalena there is. He's hungry enough to fucking eat his way through Bilal's takedowns, mate. Dumas is my goat. He is a true fucking dumbass. And thank you, Brady B, for the $3. I found the line. It was behind me. Unfortunately, now I'm never getting into the VIP. You might still get into the VIP. Notice the biggest bunch of dickheads are in the VIP. That VIP is never truly closed, but it is a vibe check. Uncle H was my great-grandfather. Not surprised, Eric. That's my favorite PFL so far. Okay. Can you do an impression of Tom Aspinall, King of the North, defending the ice wall against the unyielding swarm of Bilals? Fellow Northmen, they just keep coming for decisions, but I, King of the North, will hold the interim title until eventually I am the undisputed. Did you guys see how super organized the Shevchenko sisters coach is? That story is truly crazy. I'm not even joking. Yeah, also another coach that is super organized. If you have a daughter, do not send her to any athletic endeavor with a male teacher or coach. Segregation of men and women until they are 18 in all athletic endeavors. All athletic endeavors. Pure segregation. Do not put your 14-year-old daughter into a jiu-jitsu class with men. That's like hiring your wife a personal trainer to come round to the house and do home personal training, or sending her to his private personal training studio. You are setting yourself up for failure. No, Nacho, that's horrible. In my angel story, Archangel Michael will be 2 times stronger than Lucifer, so that the MMA technique can actually matter versus someone being 1,000,000 times stronger where technique doesn't matter. Smart, mate. You're thinking about the power levels. Good to know, Cayman. I'm excited to see how the book is going. No problem. I like to help the small channels. Mate, we need it, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Since fucking Giuliano is view-mogging me today. No sports for work. That's not what I said, Eric. That's why I'm training to become an MMA. Okay. Okay. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie becoming Shevchenko's coach? G'day, ladies. One day you fine young women are going to turn 18. And Pat Barry will be there. Alright. Okay, there we go. We're close to an hour, surely. Surely we're close to an hour with that. Oh, fuck me in the ass. Nope, couple more minutes to go. Just a few more minutes to go. Right, well, we've done the PFL is dying. Oh, this actually has comments. What are the comments? News. Okay, here we go. There's actually some comments to this. Hang on one second. There's actually some comments to this. So I reacted to this news article live. I had not read this news article. I just saw the headline. So in summary, they signed sponsorship deals, locked their investors to multi-year contracts that double or triple in owed compensation per year. Took initial investment, each sponsor declined to send future installments as the viewership numbers did not increase. This is exactly what I guessed would happen. I'm sure that they had KPIs of viewership numbers that were meant to go along with the installments. Those viewership numbers have, without a doubt, plummeted. And I noticed how the PFL was suing them all towards the end of 2024. I would say the nail in the coffin for the PFL was Francis Ngannou selling less than 10,000 pay-per-views. That's what I would say. If you have got the world's most dangerous man in Francis Ngannou and you can't sell more than 10,000 pay-per-views, you are fucking cooked. Fucking cooked. What's up, Shotgun? You've missed a great stream where we were just breaking down the end of the PFL. Crazy thing is, Rich Energy already had sponsorship issues that led to legal battles with the Formula 1 team a few years ago, and these guys still fell for it. And that is it. That is it. Super Shotgun, just to catch you up, mate. This is the article here, brother. Feel free to dig into it. PFL is in litigation wars with multiple sponsors. They're suing 5 of their investors that haven't paid anything past the first investment. Yeah, it's what we've been talking about the entire stream. So either read through this article yourself or... no, it's not the PFL being cleared. It's the PFL's investors are just not fucking paying them. They're done. Everyone's done. Everyone's done. Everyone's done. The other MMA organizations just as big as the UFC from absolute get-go, the experiment has failed. It's over. Cage Warriors, Eternal, Octagon, build it from the ground up, boys. Build it from the ground up. PFL paid Francis $10 million and he sold 10,000k pay. I know. And they paid his fucking opponent $2 million, brother. I'm going to read everybody. Hang on. Let me catch back up. But they paid fucking what's-his-face $2 million to show up and get beaten by Francis. Fucking retarded, mate. Can you do an impression of Evil Dougie becoming Shevchenko's coach? We did that one. Eric, I'm losing it. All right, that's enough. Impression of Zesty Dougie sitting in the passenger seat of Ngannou's cut. No. The Shevchenko sister need a major documentary. The coach thing Valentina never seen in any relationship. Is he still married to Valentina? Let me read this again. The Shevchenko sisters need a major documentary. It would be of a Netflix-style documentary, like How to Catch a Predator. The coach thing and Valentina thing never being seen in any relationship. Is he still married to Valentina's sister? I'm not sure how that story has ended. Not the AM bro. Dougie, you went method on that dirty pride. I went a bit too far with that one. What I love about freshmen is that I can get old, but they still stay okay. Is that I can get old, but they all stay the same. All right. Leonardo DiCaprio, Eric, calm the fuck down. Impression of Chandler adopting 100 children to fight a gorilla. I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do that. No, Dig, I don't want to do that one. Can you do an impression of John Jones convincing Aspinall to get a booster shot? Yeah, I can do that one. He's annoying to me. He's just annoying to me. I find him annoying. I don't want to do business with him. I tell you what, be like me and go and get your third or fourth little prick stuck in you, and then maybe I'll fight you. Go and get boosted. Otherwise, you're just annoying to me. We did that one. Dougie, how can you joke saying Francis is the world's most dangerous man, but I did not mean it like that. I meant it like he's the heavyweight MMA champion, therefore the most dangerous man in the world. Dana did always say Francis. Okay, this is obviously the end of the stream. Impression of Chandler trying to adopt. Okay, all right. PFL said, yep, street beefs will overtake the UFC. I mean, it could. It won't. Don't blame the investor. I bet PFL sold them a bill of goods. They got 10,000Ks back. Yeah, no, I 100% believe that's what's happened, Shotgun. I believe that the installments were as long as there is certain viewership numbers, and there absolutely is not even fucking close. And the investors are saying, thank you very much, sir, but go and spend somebody else's money recklessly without any sort of a business plan. Well, this article came out on the 30th of April. Did something happen? One of their sponsored stars in the press. Oh, shit, Roberto, that's a good point. The MMA media need to come clean and admit they were wrong about Francis and the PFL being the savior of MMA. They do, but they never will, because remember, the UFC's a monopoly, boys. It's an evil monopoly. Even though Bellator and ONE and PFL and GFL and Octagon and Cage Warriors and CFFC and fucking Strikeforce and fucking Ryzen and all these fucking promotions around the world. Because the UFC's a monopoly, boys. Because what's the answer? Government regulation. Always more government regulation. What's Luke Thomas, the communist answer to fucking everything? More government. Make the UFC like boxing. Pull it apart. Separate the belts. Help the fighters fucking unionize. Shut the fuck up, communists. A actual business owner that knows how to run a proper business. Not Don fucking Davis who doesn't even watch MMA. Who gives these people so much money? I'm the idiot. Why are they getting so much money? And I'm hanging drywall sheet. I'm the idiot. And they're getting paid fucking millions of dollars to fuck up MMA. Shut up, Eric. For fuck's sake, shut up, Eric. John Jones' impression is good. Thanks, Benny. Also, do you know there's never been a pic of Shane Shanko's father? I did not know that. That's sus and interesting. Impression of Zesty Dougie interviewing John Jones. G'day there, legend. G'day there, Tasty. No, he wouldn't say g'day there. G'day there, legend. How you going, Dark Eyes? W Monopoly if only it wasn't owned by Disney. True. Robert Bellagio. Nice stream, man. That was fun. Got to get off. Keep up the joke. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the £10, brother. £10. Mate, that goes a long way in Australia. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Have a good day over in England, man. Have a good day. Good luck to England. Have a good day over there, brother. Have a good day. We're going to be wrapping up. That was the last one. Eric's got the last one. $10 a lot. $10 a lot of money, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Remember Ariel gassing up Franklin like he was the fucking modern Nelson Mandela? I know, it's a fucking joke. It is a fucking joke. PFL is a joke. GFL is a joke. Ariel's a fucking joke. Luke Thomas's idea of how to fix it is a fucking joke. Everyone was glazing Francis back then. All of MMA, Reddit, and Twitter as well. I know, now Chael should take the fucking last lap, shouldn't he? Chael should have... You know what? Before we fucking go, one last little fucking rant while I'm on. Chael Sonnen should have Ariel Helwani over on his show and go, eat the crow, Ariel. Eat the crow. How's PFL going now, Ariel? We did it, Ariel, didn't we? Fuck you, Ariel. Fucking weasel of a thing, mate. You know the rage when you work a job and you don't want to work and you keep doing it? I do, Daniel. Trust me, I fucking do. Can't tell me about it. Anyway. Chiwiwi! Why do you spend so much time ranting about the PFL? Nobody cares. Because I'm an MMA channel. I don't like the other MMA channels. I don't just bitch about the UFC. I actually talk about the other MMA organizations. Hey? You fat bearded fuck? Hey? You fat cunt? Huh? Just bitch about the UFC all the time? Don't ever fucking even watch never do fucking live streams for the other organizations? You fat bearded prick. Right, that's it. I'm out of here. No one keep typing. That's enough. Enough. I'm going into, as James Lynch calls it, auctioneer mode. Pocket change. No, thank you very much. That guy's a big donor on the Guru stream. He's super generous. He is. He's very, very generous. Yep. You see the matchup in... Exactly. Oh, dig for the World War. We did that one. Chael sucks. We need an impression of Ariel eating crow. We need the Ariel crow eating impression. We do. We do need that one, but I gotta go. I love how none of the shit Francis said he wanted came true in the PFL about fighter rights, healthcare, sponsors, boxing. Francis got the bag and then fucking ran. He did. Ran a little bit too fast. All right. Not funny. All right. All good. You do good with the channel, Dougie. You'll get that. All good, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. Roberto Bellagio. Thank you very much, Roberto Bellagio, for the £10. I appreciate you, dude. Boys, I'm out of here. Refund me for ignoring my comment. I didn't ignore your comment once. Francis really tried. No fucking way am I reading that out, Nacho. Shove a cock in your ass. I'm out of here. See you, boys. Have a good one. I will see you in tomorrow's video. I'll see you in tomorrow's Raid Giuliano Agente. We can do that. YouTube. Baby, please don't go. No, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I gotta film tomorrow's video. Giuliano is talking to Giuliano by the looks of it. Giuliano is doing a face cam with himself. Giuliano is chatting to his big brother Giuliano. Go and say g'day to Giuliano. Tell him Dougie's Corner sent you. Say what's up. I'll see you boys later. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Blanca. Appreciate you, mate. Shout out to Chile. Shout out to England. Shout out to America. Fucking shout out to the bull, mate. What's up, Nacho? Shout out to the fucking Warren Bull, mate. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great night. PFL's done. It's fucking cooked. I said it wouldn't even last 5 years. Won't even last that fucking long. See you, boys. Have a good night.